Guys, hello. I just watched the European Championships or Europeans or whatever the hell it's called, and it was, like most European stuff in figure skating, a freaking ride. First of all, before I say anything, I just want to reiterate, because I've been getting a little bit more comments than normal about this topic. I am not an expert. I am a baby figure skating fan, and I'm just a girl with a camera or a microphone, whatever you want to call it, that talks on the internet, mostly because I have no one else to talk to about figure skating. So, no, I do not know the craft, and this is mostly for entertainment purposes. So don't get super mad if I don't mention something technically or if I misspeak technically, because it's just not something I'm well versed in. That being said, let's jump into this video. First, I'm going to start with dance, because dance, honestly, the only team I cared about here is Stepanova and Bukin. But the winners were Victoria Sinitria and Nikita Kasarapov, who came back from an injury after they had to withdraw from nationals due to Nikita's back injury. And child, they have come prepared because they are leaving with a medal. Like, I was honestly shocked. I thought they were going to struggle maybe a bit more, because it seemed like a pretty serious injury since they literally withdrew after the short during nationals. And it seemed like they had to withdraw pretty immediately. Like, it felt like an emergency. But they came back strong, and even though I'm not a fan of theirs, they performed well, and so they got the win. And then in second place is my babies Stepanova and Bukin, which every time it just shocks me just how much I've grown to love these very eccentric programs that they have, like Backstreet Boys and then the freaking beeper sound free. I did not expect to get this emotionally attached to both of them, and the fact that their costumes are beautiful for that one, I think have made me really get attached. And I don't even know what to say about Stepanova and Bukin besides the fact that I'm proud of their growth, and I feel like the entire world is cheering even more for them, and I think they're really being pushed, not just by the fans but also by the federation, to really do well. Like, ice dance has a very deep field internationally, so I think Russia is really pushing Stepanova and Bukin so they have more soldiers in this fight, if you will. Moving on to pairs. Pairs, as always, was fiery because the three Russian teams are insanely talented and always at each other's toes. However, in first place, as we've all come to expect, was Mishina and Galyamov. However, I was not expecting this, and I did see a lot of people, kind of debating about it on the internet. Again, I am not an expert, but they literally broke all world records possible for pairs. They have now the world records for the short program, for the free program, and the total competition score world record, I believe, but I'm pretty sure they do. And they all broke it here, and I have to say, yes, they are consistent. Yes, we need to be rewarding consistency, but I did not think that these performances are world record worthy at that level. Like, they literally broke everything from this performance, this one. Like, I don't know. It felt like just business as usual for them. Like, yes, they're consistent, and that's why they're here. That's why they're number one, because they just don't mess up as much as the other two teams. That is honestly the reason why I see them as number one, because their programs are not particularly special. Their skills are insane, but so are the other three. Like, they're all so equally stacked. So yeah, I don't really have much to say about Mishina and Galyamov rather than damn, good job, but damn, those scores. Then in second place we had Tarasov and Morozov, and they left with silver, but they're still messing up things like touching down, and then their side-by-side jumps. And I'm not saying this to like minimize the rest of the program, especially the free, which was, pretty well executed, but I honestly just don't remember the last time that they hit. When was that? Like, when was the last time they had a competition where both the short and the free were like really good, clean, perfect? I don't remember. And now that they're a Tutberidze team, they never kind of got that Tutberidze consistency, the thing that sets apart all the Eteri girls, all the Tutberidze skaters, which basically is all the Eteri girls, because that's what they're good at. It's consistency, and they never developed that, which is why I think I keep forgetting that they are kind of being poised as number two, but in my head they're number three, because they just don't have the fire and the passion of the other two teams, but they have the technical skills. However, the consistency is definitely the worst. Like, they always will not hit in both programs. And even here, like, they had some mess ups, which is why they ended up second. Because believe me, if they had hit, there's no doubt that they would have been put first. But they just never do, which is literally what's holding them back. It's just them. So I don't trust them going into the Olympics. I just don't trust them. And if I'm being honest, I don't think Team Tutberidze trust them either. I think their inconsistency has left everybody kind of being like, cool, so they're gonna make it, but are they gonna make it on the day? Yeah. Then in third place, we have Boykova and Kostovsky, which is my favorite pairs team because they have the fire and they're besties with Zhenya And as we know, I am a Genius stan first and a figure skating fan second. And they also have shaky side-by-sides. But besides that, I think they had a pretty good competition, which is why I was shocked why they were in third by that big of a margin, like 10-ish points. But then again, all these teams are pretty stacked equally, so any little mistake gets them set back. But they both had mistakes, like with Goran Kopslowski and Taras Morozo both had mistakes. I don't know. I mean, they ended up third. That's all I got to say about them. And the Black Swan program, as much as I complain about it, because there's always a Black Swan program every freaking Olympics, I'm kind of growing to love it. Now, the men. Honestly, I'm just gonna say congratulations, Mark. Daniel Grasso, okay. Dennis, okay. All I know about Dennis is that he's coached by Stefan. And Mark is still killing it. He's still having his main character moment. He's leaving with a gold medal again. Our boy Mikhail Kolodov was not here. I think that's good. I think he needs to, kind of reset himself and just kind of get in the zone because competitions really shake him up. And before the Olympics, I just need him to gather himself. But Mark has kind of become the guy, the man of the moment, the man of the hour, if you will, of the season. Like, his main character moment has extended all throughout ever since the Commander, and he just doesn't stop. He really leaves everything out there on the ice. He is a great performer, and I think he's coming to embrace it because you can really see the confidence within himself, and that's the thing that's changed most, I think, within him as a skater, and now he really truly believes in himself. So I think it's going to be interesting seeing him next season, how he carries himself, knowing that this season was definitely his season, and hopefully this energy manifests itself in the Olympics, although there is a very low chance for him getting a medal, at least individually. And now, of course, we have the ladies. This is, as always, the main thing that people are talking about. But this competition, it was, I don't even know. It was a lot. So in first place, of course, we have Kamila Valieva. The biggest conversation was her free, because in her free, she actually had human moments, and by that I mean human errors. Like, she still won, of course, and even the errors that she had, like, the USA ladies wish they could have these types of errors, because still, like, she can shrug them off, she can laugh, like, she is our Olympic gold medalist. Like, there's nothing that she can do that will, like, mess that up for her. Like, it's written in stone to me in my head. And here, what she did was that she fell out of triple axel, which she does with both hands over her head. Again, any other lady wishes. And then she almost slipped right after her spiral, and some exits in some jumps were kind of odd, but still, these are literal, like, minuscule things. Like, Kamila Valieva, still a champion. There's nothing that can stop this girl except for this girl. Hopefully we don't see these types of mistakes at the Olympics, but I could tell she wasn't concerned, and I don't think Team Tuberite is concerned about it. And even if these do happen, it would play out like this, where she would still win. So I think she's pretty much set up perfectly for the Olympics. But yeah, Kamila Valieva was just being Kamila Valieva, which means she won. In second place, we had Anna Shcherbakova, which, oh my god, this girl. The power of will. I dare say she has the strongest mental game I've ever seen in figure skating. Again, baby figure skating fan, teach me about the past. But this skater has the strongest mental game I've ever seen in figure skating. Like, the power of will just keeps coming through. And it's always this thing where we see her in the short and we're like, oh my god, she's literally about to break apart. Like, we can see it. We are all scared for her, like, as a person, physically, mentally. And we're like, can she land her quads tomorrow? Or the day after, whenever the free is? And she does. Like, how does this keep happening? Like, how does she look like she's running out of steam? And then she persists, she pushes through. Like, forget about physically, that's already insane. But mentally, to tell yourself, I can, I will, I must. Can you tell that I've been watching Cheer? That definitely distracted me from editing this video, Netflix. Anyways, she says that to herself. She has one of the strongest mental games in the sport, and she does it. At this point, I look forward most to the free just to see if she's gonna make it through or not. I don't even care about the content. I don't even remember the content. It's mostly to see if she's gonna land her quads or not. And most often than not, she does. Like, is next year also gonna be Anna Shcherbakova our national champion? Is she gonna be a 4th year consecutive national champion of Russian nationals? Like, I would believe it at this point, because this girl she is the little engine that could and could and could. Wow. Like, this is impressive. I commend her. I am in awe of her, and I don't know. She needs to write a book. I need Anna Shcherbakova to write a book about whatever mantra, whatever she does to kind of keep it all straight in her head, because it's working, and it seems like she's defying gravity every time she does it. Let's just say that. And then in third place, Trusova. Trusova. I am most concerned about Trusova because I think it's pretty obvious that she's injured. Also with Shcherbakova, I think they're all injured. Kamila Valieva might also have some sort of minor injury, but Trusova and Shcherbakova definitely are injured. But with Trusova, I am genuinely concerned that this injury, whatever it is on her leg, is gonna really trouble her physically, like to the point where she's gonna damage her body, because you can tell, like you can tell she during the short program pulls through, but then during the free she's falling. Like, I don't know what to say about Trusova. I'm just happy that she definitely, I think, is going to be at the Olympics, but I hope that the Olympic performance that she delivers is one that she can recall fondly on, and she can have that kind of out-of-body experience that Zhenya talked about, that even when the Olympics was probably one of the hardest and most heartbreaking moments of her time, that free skate for her, she still describes it as having wings. I wish that for Trusova, because right now what I see in Trusova is just her body holding her back, because she wants it so much, she works so hard, and I don't know if Trusova's body will hold up for then. I want her to rest. This girl has not had any rest, and I just need her to get her body together so that we are not concerned about whether she can do it, because we know she can. It's just about whether her body will allow her to do so. Also, why do they keep introducing Trusova saying that she transferred to Plushenko for a bit? Like, is that necessary to say at every damn competition? During the Olympics, we're gonna hear she transferred to Pushenko for a little while and then came back to Pritze. Like, do they need to keep saying that? Is that customary? I don't know. And then I think the heartwarming moment of this competition was definitely Luna. She, during the short, again, had a score that she was not expecting. She gave us that beautiful moment of, shock at the kiss and cry, which is what we always look forward to, and the kiss and cry with these skaters. And I think she's right on the heels of the Atari girls. If she got herself together, in the free program, and technically she could really, give them a run for their money. But right now, she kind of just represents that other non-Atari technique girl, and she's doing it. I mean, she's not gonna get on the podium with the Atari girls, but she is doing it. She's representing for that other, Atari girls and other. She's that. But she's doing amazingly, and the fans love her, and I'm glad that I finally know how to say her name correctly, which also turns out Alyssa Liu, that is her name, not Alyssa Liu. Why did they suddenly change it? Like, why are the commentators suddenly saying Alyssa Liu? And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about Europeans. The ladies was definitely the most nerve-wracking to watch. Anna, girl, how you keep it together is insane. And Trusova, please keep it together. And Kamila, there is no way she's not keeping it together. I'm predicting this Olympics is gonna be the least surprising of the last three, because the last three from 2014 being the biggest shocker of them all to this day, people fighting about who should have the Olympic gold medal and who shouldn't. And then 2018, it was still Russia that got a medal, but who got it was the point of contention. And going into it, we knew 2014, that's why people still fight about it to this day. I think it was pretty clear that everybody thought Yuna Kim was gonna get it, or it was gonna be Yulia. So when Adelina Sonikova ended up with the medal, everybody was just like, what? So in 2018, when, Sagitova got it, it wasn't a what moment, it was more of a what the, oh my God, we didn't think this would have been the result a year ago. But now there really isn't that element of what if. Like, it's more of like reserved for the bronze. Is it gonna be a Russian sweep or is it not? Is a Japanese lady gonna get that bronze medal? Because I think the Olympic gold medal is pretty much sealed, like I said, set in stone. So I think that's where that intrigue comes when it comes to the Olympics. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about this. I am still working on all the other videos. Again, everything got pushed back from 2021, and it's been pretty hectic over here in New York City, so believe me, I'm trying my best. And I'm trying to do like a beginner's guide right before the Olympics, which I forgot the Olympics was the first week of February. So I really have my work cut out for me. And as always, shout out to Natalia, Leslie, Timothy, Jordan, Antonio Mansaca, Melissa, Maria, and Lauren. And as always, if you want to support me, Twitter, merch, and Patreon are all down below. And hopefully I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye.